very good afternoon. How are you guys? I hope all of you are good and in a good conditions. Okay, let's continue with our new chapter. It's on a dynamic EOQ. On dynamic EOQ, previously we already studied regarding multi-items, multi-products, and how to calculate the EOQ when it involves more than one item. Here we will look on a few assumptions that we previously is assumed. We are going to relax some of the assumptions so that we can have a new modified EOQ, especially on dynamic EOQ. So in this chapter on dynamic EOQ, what we're going to do, we're going to look on the four main parts. Four main parts. The first part will be on shortage. Second part will be on marginal benefit and losses. Third part will be on salvage value, where in the salvage value we're going to look on what the conditions if we have overestimate and underestimate. And finally, the last part will be on we are going to do in a new form that's called backlogging. Backlog or backlogging. Backlogging, before we understand about backlogging and how the procedure to use on the backlogging, we need to understand first about shortage. That's why what I'm going to do for today, we are going to look on the shortage, and the next few weeks we will look on some of that particular titles after shortage, especially on marginal benefit and salvage. I can finish it in 1 week, and backlogging will take another week. So total together for dynamic EOQ part 1, we have part 1 and part 2, where we will look on dynamic part 1 for the next 2 weeks. While for dynamic EOQ part 2, especially on the single period, multiple period, and also multiple demand, we will look on an ordering policy. We will look on the EOQ part 2 for the next weeks after we learn about dynamic EOQ. So today we're going to look especially on dynamic EOQ part 1 on shortage, where previously we know on the basic EOQ, we always have an assumptions to follow. The first one is we always know there is a lead time. We will have a constant demand. Then we will have no shortage. And we know the depletion and replenishment will occur at same rate. And finally, we know that is known demand. This is the basic EOQ assumption, where we will have lead time. Lead time, if you still remember on the lead time is the time taken between when we have a quantity of inventory or quantity of inventory, maximum inventory in the stock, when it deplete, and when we replenish at the instant time. When we replenish at instant time, we are going to have our ROP, where ROP will be demand times lead time, where lead time means the time taken when you start placing order and the time it takes to arrive and replenish. And we know previously we have a lead time. But in this case, we are going to have a new concept of zero lead time. Next, another issue that we will cover also in here is previously, if you look, we will see that we will assume there will be no stock out, or there will be a buffer stock. If you still remember a buffer stock, where we will keep additional amount of stock so that we will not have a stock out. But here we will want to see in a real life it is impossible to meet demand, because demand always varies according time. Sometimes, where example now is a COVID time, we need more demand of agriculture or aquaculture based product, and the demand cannot overcome the supply because we have a limited demand of the foods. So if you look here, we will start to have a real time of cycles here. We will look on the period and the quantity, where here we will have something called, it's usual in a company like a big company. That's why sometimes they will have shutdown purposely to slow down the shortage, or they increase and do a lot when they have a cheaper raw material. So in here, if you look, if we will start with the maximum inventory. Next, after we start with maximum inventory, when it start to deplete because of the demand, and we know the demand will finish, let's say we put here as A, but now the demand is continuously, they need the demand until we don't have any quantity in our productions, and there we already start called shortage. This is called shortage, where the quantity still demanded, although we don't have any productions or any quantity left in our stock. So when we have a shortage, it means we have a loss of cost of customer, a loss of material, or loss of satisfaction from the vendor. So in order to minimize the cost or total cost in here, we will use the concept of shortage in order to minimize the total cost. Where here we will have a modified of EOQ and also the amount quantity of shortage, so that we can determine the maximum number of shortage. Not many books are going to explain this one in detail, but I managed to collect few books and few journals in order to giving a brief and clear understanding regarding the shortage. Thank you.